Hey everybody, it's TMIKA and I am here to share with you guys this quick rendition of a shape tag I did for a swap about a week ago. I have posted it on Instagram and then I did the YouTube video, and a lot of people wanted to see how I put it together. So today I'm just sharing with you a version of it. It's not exactly, but it's similar. So if you have a lantern die or this lantern die, then I would suggest you pulling it out so we can work on this together. I think it turned out super cute, and if you're interested in how I put it together, then continue watching. All the links for all of the items that I mentioned in the video that are linkable will be posted down below. Alright guys, let's get to it. Alright, so the items that I'm using is this lantern die that I got from AliExpress. So just search lantern die. I'll go through my history and try to find out when I got it and then link it below. Otherwise, just search lantern metal die. And I'm also using a small poinsettia flower die, also from AliExpress. So I will try to find those and link those down below if I can. Besides those dies, I'm going to use this Martha Stewart sprig leaf punch, and also this snowflake punch, and this leaf punch. So I'm trying to incorporate all of those. I used a little bit of glitter shimmer paper. This came from Michael's. You're going to need some double-sided foam tape or pop dots, some wet adhesive. I use art glitter glue. It's just in these tiny bottles. Both of those will be linked down below in the description box. Some white cardstock, and I'm using some pieces of silver that I have on hand for the flowers. And I'm going to be using a little bit of rope to hold the tag together, and then some stickles in Cool Mint. And I'm going to be using some flat back pearls. This came from Inspiring Beautiful Creations, but she has some flat back pearls in here that I'm going to use. And of course, a little piece of acetate and a snow marker. I think that's it. So let's get started. So I have already cut out the lantern die, and I cut that out 5 times. So I want to make sure that it's not a shaker. It won't be a shaker, rather. I just want it to have a nice sturdy tag. Plus, when I'm adding the acetate, I want it to just look like it's not like right at the base of either the top or the bottom. So okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is the negative from the lantern piece. This piece here, the middle piece. And I need to cut a little bit past this piece so that I can adhere it on the die cut, so it can be a little window. So I'm literally just cutting, like doing like an offset around this piece. Otherwise, you're gonna have a hard time trying to put this acetate unless you do the whole thing. But I didn't want to do the whole thing. I wanted it to just be so it can look like a lantern, like a glass window, instead of covering the entire die. Makes it look a little bit more realistic. So I am just cutting maybe it's 1/8 of an inch around this piece. All right, I'm going to take this die and just make sure I cut enough around. Yes, I did. All right, so you could add some wet adhesive just around this perimeter, but what I'm going to do is run it through my sticker machine, and then that way I can not have to worry about it oozing out, because I'm the messiest at that. So if I'm not super steady, I leak, and I don't like that. So I'm going to run this through and I'll be right back. All right, so I have that all done, and I'm just going to do that for this piece because I like to adhere my shakers or dimensional dies with wet glue. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply this to the back. All right, easy peasy. And then I'm just going to rub the middles, because the tape does get on, you know, parts. It gets on the whole everything. So I'm just going to rub it off, make sure there's no excess tape around anywhere, so when I put them all together, it's not anything sticking out. All right, there we go. See the little window in there? See, this is why I didn't want that to cover it, because the lantern, this is really the protective case so you don't touch the hot lamp. There's usually no glass on here, so that's why I just wanted that to be cut on the inside. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and then add all of these to this piece of die cut, making sure that I put 2 at the bottom, or 2 in the back and 2 in the front of this acetate piece, or how many ever you're going to do. All right, there we have it. And then for the back piece, or the last piece, I just flip it back so that we'll have 2 front facing die cuts so that you don't see the back of the die cut. So I just flipped it around. So if you're able to do that, then go with any of your dies, do that so it looks like the same, whether or not you're covering the back or not. It'll just look like the front of the die. So anyway, so I've cut, that's all done. So now we just need to get these pieces on here. And what I've done was I just found some, I used some 6x6 paper from my stash. This came from like the Michaels, the multicolored, not washi tape, but just these really cute colors in one 6x6 paper pad. And I'm going to cut off, I just cut the top part of the die. I don't want to waste any paper. And I really just want the top and the bottom of the lantern covered. So I'm cutting off the extra. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. I'm just going to cut this. I'm just kind of following the lines, sort of. Alright, so that's on there. Looking super cute. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the back. Alright, that's all done on the front and the back. Really easy. So the next thing I'm going to do is add some snow. I'm going to do this a little bit right now and then a little bit later on top of the flowers. I just want to add a little bit to the plastic, and then we can add more later. So I'm just writing on here with the snow pen. Ooh, that's a lot. It's a little bit extra, TMIKA. Alright, that's enough. So I'm going to take my heat tool and heat that up. Alright, I have my snow added, and it's a lot on there. Got a lot of extra few snowflakes since the last one, but I love it. Super cute. Alright, so now I'm just going to add the embellishments. So I've cut out that poinsettia flower twice in that glitter cardstock and then twice in this white cardstock. I have my die cuts here that I'm going to be using. So, and then my punches. Alright, so we're going to just start the layering. I'm going to punch 2 of these snowflakes out in white cardstock. And it's 110-pound weight. I have my glue gun heated up over here. So I just put a little dot on the bottom of that snowflake. And I'm going to center that right there. I'm going to grab a pop dot and put that right in the center. And then add the other snowflake to that. Just kind of offset it a little bit. I have this snowflake die cut, and I just put that kind of right down here towards bottom center. You guys can see. And then my little polar bear here, that's going to be on the dimension as well. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to put that right on top. I don't want to put anything where you can see it on the back, so I'm going to try to avoid putting pop dots or anything right there. And I'm going to layer my flowers. First I want to fold them kind of together to make them, you know, pointy. So all I'm doing is kind of squeezing them together. I'm going to do that for all of them. And then I'm going to layer one of each color together. I'm kind of pinching the tips a little bit. Grab a dimensional, put it in the center, put this offset on top of it. Let me bring this a little closer so that I can see it. And I'm just going to mush them together enough where the top petal adds itself to that pop dot. Not too much. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. I'm going to add some brushes. So I'm going to punch this out, I don't know, let's try 6 times. And then I'm going to take this and punch out in silver to add a little bit more different color. And I want these nice silver, larger ones to go first, and then the white ones to sit on top. I'm just kind of zhuzhing up the edge here. I want to see how this looks first with this color combo. I'm going to add a little glue to just the tip of this silver leaf and add the other leaf right on top. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I kind of use the palm of my hand and curl these up a little bit. Alright, put the glue at the top of the leaf so I can stick it behind this bear. Just like that. And I'm going to add these 3 to each other. So I want to, you know, kind of thicken it up a little bit. I decided to do it one at a time. Creates a better layering. And we're going to repeat that to the other side. Alright, this is what we have so far. Really cute. Alright, now we're going to add the flowers. And since these are larger than the last tag that I made, they were tinier poinsettias. So this is the smallest die that I have that has the same effect. I am going to layer these inward just a smidge, but I'm still going to be careful not to show that on the back. So I'm going to use hot glue, and then I'm going to just glue a leaf and attach it to the side of the lantern. Like right there. And there, you can't see it from the back. You can't see any glue from the back. And I'm going to repeat that over here. That is so cute. Alright. I can't sit and marvel at it. So I'm going to add these little pearls. Alright, I got these little flat back pearls. These iridescent pearlesque pearls. They're going to go on top of the flowers. And that hides the pop dot that's holding the flowers together. And then this iridescent blue one will go right there. And then we have our sentiment. It says bright and beautiful, or beautiful and bright. I'm just going to roll it just a little bit. And I'm going to add pop dots to the back on the left and right sides. Being careful not to let it show. And then that's going to go across the top here. Popped up a bit. So cute. Alright, now I'm going to go back in with the little snow marker and then add little dots of frost or snow to the tops of some of these flowers. I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to be too much. Alright, so that's that. And now I'm just going to write to from on the back because I don't have, I guess I do, maybe I could do a stamp this small, but I'm going to just write it. And the good thing, this lantern already has lines. I just like that because my handwriting will be all over the place. And this is a Sharpie pen, fine point Sharpie pen. And there we go. Okay, so that's that. So the last thing we need to do is just add the cute little stickles. I wish I had some copper stickles. I had some tattered rolls. Let's see. I don't know, maybe that would work. I'm going to do the tattered rolls. We'll use this twine. And there we have it. Super cute tag. Try not to touch the stickles. There's the back. Adorable. Alright, I hope you guys will try this. I will have all the links to everything that I mentioned, if I can find it, down below in the description box. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.